Hard work.
Just because he has an honest face.
Thank you. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Congratulations. All right, before we get started, you guys, I'm going to introduce you to one of our clients. He was at an event we had here 2 weeks ago, and just want you to hear a quick note from him. And he was beyond nervous to get on camera and did an incredible job.
I'll tell you, in May, I doubled what I did last May. June of 2017 is a little over 50% growth in what I did the year before. In July is roughly the same. If you have the opportunity to do something with or just speak with somebody with CI Web Group, I would fully recommend that you take the time and listen to them. They designed my current website and started doing the Nearby Now with them as well. We've seen in just less than a year, my site went live January 21st, roughly, 2017, and a few short months later, I'm ranking #1 on Google Maps in the city I'm located in, and I'm ranking #1 for a lot of search results in organic search in the city I'm located in, and I am now spotting on the map for the surrounding cities. They know what they're doing. They've made a big difference and a big improvement on my business. I started noticing the phone ringing. I started noticing that we were getting a lot more first-time calls. We've always stayed extremely busy with existing customer. We've been fortunate to maintain and keep a good client base over many years that call us as long as we keep them happy. But the new first-time caller, what we've seen a tremendous change and growth in that, in both a request for quotes for residential system replacements and residential service as well. And I attribute that mostly to how we're ranking on Google now after dealing with CI Web Group. Been extreme.
All right, you guys. That's pretty good, huh? I love hearing these guys. I love seeing it. Our relationship with our clients, I get text messages, and there's lots of key performance indicators to when people are growing. The one that's my favorite that I get the most is I get the picture of their new trucks every time they get a new truck. So I wanted to start off with that just to give you a little bit of history. We get to see our dealers at these events and to hear their stories. It's important. I will tell you, from day one, when he came to the very first session, this was a year ago in Houston, Texas, he was not a fan of digital marketing at all. The experiences he had been negative over negative over negative over negative. He was not a believer in any way, shape, or form. And I get that. I get that. It's hard to make these decisions as a business owner. So let me ask you, how many of you are interested in growing? You want to grow the business? Raise your hands. Fantastic. How many of you want to grow the business, sell it, sail off into the sunset? Okay. How many of you are generational? You have somebody you want to pass it down to? Anyone? Okay. All of those require a different strategy. Here's the challenge. When it comes to marketing, oh, by the way, hi, I'm Jennifer Bagley, CEO of CI Web Group, one of the preferred digital marketing companies. I have Michael Hicklin in the back, Chief Operating Officer, Scott Smith in the back, head of our video production, and out at the table, Ms. Kathy Marshall. She's been with us forever, for over a decade, head of our customer service, and Jamal is on our web project team. He's a project manager. I always forget that because we get right into the guts. Okay, so the challenge is, you guys, everybody wants to sell you everything. You guys have a target on your back that's ridiculous. The contractor industry is called by every scam artist out there trying to sell you something. How many of you get calls from Google?
All the time.
All the time. So Google will never call you, ever. As a certified webmaster with Google, we can't call them. They don't have an outbound call center. Those are hoax, those are scams. And there's so many of them. Everyone promises a quick fix, a red pill, magic pill. It's going to make the phone ring off the hook, right? You guys, it takes work. It takes work. I have the exact same issue as the CEO of the company that you have, because I have to hire these resources that are experts in different areas of digital marketing, and I got to listen to their spiel. I got to listen to their pitch. And they are big believers. I'm not from the advertising and marketing industry. I'm an entrepreneur, heavy operations, logistics, and technology. And when they have something they sell and it's what they know, they don't think outside of that. They don't think about being a business owner and what it means to run a business, how to structure a business, the infrastructure of a business, the goals of a business, and how to plan appropriately to accomplish your goals. How many of you are the owners of the companies? Okay. Why'd you start? 3 reasons. Why'd you go into the entrepreneurial world? Why'd you start your own business? Reason number 1, you want more? Say it.
Money.
Money, perfect, next. Time, perfect, next. Welcome to entrepreneurship. Every single entrepreneur answers the same way. That's what we want when we start, right? More time, more money, more freedom. Do we feel like we have it?
No.
Fair. I appreciate the honesty. So today, that's what we're going to focus on. How do you set up the infrastructure to acquire what you originally sought off for? Nobody starts off wanting to be an entrepreneur so they can work 24 hours a day, so a dealer meeting is considered their family vacation, right? That's not why we did this. So we're going to talk infrastructure. I'm going to hopefully give you enough information to help you ask better questions, make better decisions, and really start thinking about marketing as a systemic approach to growing your business. Not this ad hoc thing where we're just testing and trying and throwing things against the wall to see what they stick. Fair? Right on. This image on the right-hand side represents how I want you to think. When we make investments in marketing, I need them to be permanent, compounding interest impacts on the business. You guys familiar with compounding interest versus simple interest, yes? Okay. Television. If you do a TV ad, is that compounding or simple? Thoughts? Simple, perfect. Mailer, compounding or simple? Simple. If you make a YouTube video, compounding or simple? Why?
Because it stays there.
Because it lasts forever. And what does it do over time? Gets more powerful. Gathers more viewers. Perfect. Every investment you make needs to produce something permanent with compounding growth, meaning that dollar you spend today is worth more tomorrow. It's worth more next year. Is it fast? It's not fast. Is it permanent? And can you see stable growth year over year over year? Absolutely. Because each element continues to work while you add something different. Does that make sense? Okay. So in our mind, when we're thinking about how do we spend money, we need to avoid burn and churn cash. Simple interest. Where you got to get on your knees and pray. Something's going to come out of it. What are some other examples of simple interest investments from a marketing standpoint? Throw them out. Newspaper, perfect. What else? Billboard, perfect. What else? Radio. Newspaper, radio, billboards, shirts, right? Tchotchkes, mailers, flyers, door hangers, pay-per-click, right? Pay-per-call. That's technically burning and churning. When you stop investing, you have nothing. But why do people do that? Because we want the drive-through version of success. I want it today, right now. Make my phone ring tomorrow. While I'm burning and churning cash, I'm not building the infrastructure. I'm not building the business. There's nothing that's going to stick. It's just going to serve a purpose of what's today. And we can't get to, and we have to go back to, why did we do this? Why did we start these businesses? If we want time, money, and freedom, burning and churning, The today doesn't matter as much. It's got to be permanent. All right, that's my lecture, so let's go to work. You guys, this is a game of skill, timing, and mindset. Most of the time, I can tell when I talk to somebody that the business is golden, but we need to work on how we think first in order to accomplish more, in order to get better results. Because everyone comes here with a certain glass, and that glass is filled with something they already know from their own experiences. The best way to get through this session is we got to clear the glass, empty it, and try and refill it with information that's going to help us grow. Can we work on that? Forget about all the history and X's. X's. All right. The way this works, 12-step roadmap is a systemic approach to building your business. Starts with step 1. There are multiple phases. 12 steps, 12 phases. You're not going to go through every phase at the same time. You're also never done. You're never done. It's not a project. It's a lifestyle. It's a process. It's thinking differently, becoming a marketer. We're tradesmen. We're experts at something, right? It's like the guy that comes to me that does social media and wants to work for me. It's what he knows. That's it. He's got to know the other pieces of business in order to be able to add value, in order to be able to help our customers. He has to understand more than just that. Same thing with you guys. First and foremost, step 1, it's your home base. It's your website. It's you online presenting to the world while you're out there working on your business. It should be your best salesperson. It should be what prevents you from having to repeat yourself over and over and over again. How many of you guys feel like Groundhog's Day? Right? Here's the challenge. When I ask people why they don't take the time to focus on that, what's their excuse? I don't have enough time. But we're totally cool repeating ourselves and doing the same process continually over and over and over, being inefficient, which is the very reason we need to make time to get things set up right. Fair? Your brand, your website, that's home. That's technically something that can improve the overall valuation of your business. It actually can improve the bottom line if you were to put your business up for sale. The popularity, the traffic, the rankings, all of those things add actual dollars to the value of your business. No different than having an incredible database. Those are saleable items. Ultimately, people are going to wind up on your website, and they're going to have a feeling when they get there. Just as you guys probably have a sore in your stomach if you think about hiring some marketing company, consumers have the same feeling about hiring contractors because it's not something they know or understand. They're not comfortable. So we have to make sure when they get to your website, they're comfortable. It's got to happen quickly. From a branding standpoint, this is what we get a lot of times. And as entrepreneurs, we all do the DIY method when we first start. And then we bring on the triple Fs. DIY, we do it ourselves. And then we bring on the triple Fs. What are they? Any guesses? Friends, family, and fools. You can play with the last one. Okay? That's next. It's in the phase of entrepreneurship. Who will do it for free? Right? At some point, we have to grow out of that. We have to get to a professionalism or a level of professionalism that's going to make a difference. We see this all day long, right? We evaluate thousands, tens of thousands of websites, trying to identify what are the things that are missing, what's not there. Here's the reality. When somebody gets to a website, they need to know who you are, what you do, where you do it, how to reach you, how to reach you, how to reach you, how to reach you, what do other people think about you, and can they leave a review without moving. Instantaneously, that's the first thing they have to see when they get to that site. That list doesn't change. Where we put it does, because we heat map the sites and we watch how consumers travel. As phones change how consumers interact with websites, the location changes, but in reality, that's what a consumer needs to know. When we look at sites and you can't tell what they actually do because their tab says our services, Or you can't tell where they're located. They could be anywhere. Consumers don't have time to mess with waste. They're not going to waste time. They're going to move on. Do they have a lot of options now? They have unlimited options. There is no proprietary information. There's nothing they can't get to. So they have so many options, they make decisions incredibly fast. Let me just jump out of here real quick, and I want to show you quickly some of the sites that are in production. So this is Bill Larry's site. This is his current site. Phone number's not click to call, missing call to actions, nothing says stand out, doesn't tell them where they're at. Everything I mentioned, social media site's not there. I can't tell if people love him. I can't see Google business listings or his reviews. All of the missing elements. We have generalized information. What does residential mean? What does service mean? What does maintenance mean? What does installation mean? We have to remember on our websites, you have two audiences, and if you don't please the first one, you don't get to the second one. Who's the first audience you have to please in order to get to real people? Any ideas? It's a robot, Google, who doesn't think any other way than logic. Reads math, Google's deaf and blind, reads by Braille. If that says residential, how many versions of residential are there? What can residential mean? Right? What can service mean? How many things can you service? Google can't think, it can't read between the lines. This site, you guys, this is where we start. This is his rankings right now. And this is primarily where almost every client starts when they come to us. He doesn't rank, he's not there, he's not an option. This is his new site. Who you are, what you do, where you do it, how to reach you, 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 how to reach you. We're getting people to take action. Existing customers want to schedule service, make it easy, don't make them guess. A new prospect wants to request an estimate, get a quote, make it easy, don't make them guess. They want to apply for financing, they got to have financing on there. Why? Because wife wants to go to Hawaii. Husband wants new big piece of system. That's an expensive purchase. I see constantly, we watch the forms come in. One, when we launch a new website, we're excited once the forms start coming in. It's like everybody's waiting. And then when the forms start coming in and you see somebody say, just thought I'd ask if you provide financing. The fact that they had to ask is a problem. They shouldn't have to ask, it has to be there. Apply for financing, sign up for maintenance, schedule service, request an estimate, calculate your savings, troubleshoot your issue. All of these things we know are necessary and required for very, very specific reasons. Make sense? Fantastic. I said earlier we're never done. This is a website we built 2 years ago. You guys, how long do you think a website lasts? Any thoughts?
Very long.
In an enterprise world, it lasts less than 30 days. Technically, that's for everyone. But enterprise companies, larger businesses, have a budget set aside for ongoing development and changes and so forth related to their website. For smaller businesses, we got at least 2 years, every 2 years. I can't stand this site. We built it. I loved it then. This is their new site. Oh, actually, wrong one, backwards. This is their old site. Okay, you'll see the difference though. Every year, we learn things that we didn't know before. So in their new site, now they have a troubleshooting system. We had to build the troubleshooting system because people kept getting negative reviews because a consumer would call out for service. You'd go out, change a battery in a thermostat, flip a breaker in the garage, send them a bill, and they're heated. So they leave a negative review. So we built the troubleshooting system so a consumer could go, check and see if it's something simple they could fix themselves, avoid the negative review. Because that's permanent on the bad side. making sure Payzer, apply for financing is right up top, front and center, making sure their maintenance plan. These guys, we finally got them to go on to and offer a maintenance plan that has a residual income. And we're 4 years into this relationship. And it took 4 years to get them to go pull the trigger, because to them it's complicated. But to us as consumers, you guys all pay for things on a monthly basis, right? The average homeowner wants the same dang thing. I want more time, more freedom, more money. So if I can give you a maintenance plan so you have more time, you don't have to think about this stuff, you don't have to climb in an attic, you don't have to remember your honey to-do list at Home Depot or what size the stupid filter is, right? If you can make the homeowner have more time, more money, and more freedom, it's beneficial to them. And you guys need recurring income. You have a business that goes like this because there's seasons. You need something steady. You need something steady. Maintenance plan, same thing. So when I'm talking about a website, a lot of people think, oh, it's just for sales. No, it's operations, it's logistics, it's financing, it's maintenance. It's the infrastructure of your business. And yes, oh, by the way, it can also help you get new business. Fair? Okay. When you go through a site, every element has a purpose. Every element. I'd say about 80-90% of our clients are on refresh plans, which means they get a brand new website every 2 years. And 2 years from now, I won't like this site. It is what it is because it's never done. It's never done. We learn more. Consumers change. Mobile devices change the way these things work, right? Internet changes. Requirements change. But consumers don't have time, so we got to make it easy. It's got to be interactive. They have to easily be able to get to, what are your promotions? Can I calculate my savings? What's beneficial about going with the higher share equipment? All of these things need to be part of the front of your site. They've got to be able to access that. We can't make them dig. Another example, this is his current site. We're missing call to actions. There's nothing telling them. It doesn't tell them to do anything. You got to drive consumers to where they need to go. Make them make a decision. But most importantly, first you got to prevent them from exiting. New site, clean, clear. Remember when I said you got two audiences you need to please? We're going to come back to that, but I want you to look at the menu. The way consumers look, it's in a drop-down menu. That'll become important when we talk about SEO. All right. Jeez. We're never going to get through step 12 in 45 minutes. So, websites first. Make sense? Fair? All right. Okay. Step 2. Back on here. It's content. You guys, that is the least budgeted for, most important investment you have as far as marketing. Least budgeted for. Everybody says, oh, doesn't content come with a website? No. That's when your friend built it. You didn't know HVAC. Each member of our team, to build one website, we typically have 6 to 12 people. You're using 10% of each one of their time, but they're all subject matter experts at something different. Designers are creative, they're fun, they dress nice, they have real friends, right? Developers, if you know a developer, not so much. Friday night they say they're hanging out with friends, there's no one at their house, not a car in the driveway. They're different creatures. They code. Their screens are black and green. There isn't a pretty website on there, but they see one in their head like the Matrix. Content writers, totally different. Developers can't spell, designers can't write. That's a content writer, they're totally different. An engineer, an SEO engineer, they're logical. They're always researching. They take forever to make decisions. They don't guess. That's an SEO engineer. They are all by the book. What are the guidelines for Google? That's what I'm following. Mothers don't give birth to these personalities in a single body, so you can't hire Bob. Bob can't do this, right? Bob in the garage. He can't do it. Each one of them is a different expert. So, here's the beauty of content. Boils down to this. What do you want to sell? Where do you want to sell it? And how does a customer look for it? Air conditioning? They look for AC service, AC repair, AC installation, AC replacement, AC maintenance, AC tune-up. They also look for air conditioner installation, air conditioner replacement, air conditioner. They also look for air conditioning installation, air conditioning maintenance, air conditioning. You see what I mean? The math starts adding up. They also look for ductless, same thing. They also look for mini split, same thing. They also look for heat pumps, heater, furnace, boiler. Depends on where you're at. I had a gentleman call me the other day. He was like, I want everything to say furnace. I was like, okay, so no one's moved to Chicago from anywhere else in the States. Well, no, we have lots of people who move here. They don't all say furnace. If you're from Seattle, you don't say furnace. They don't know what that is. To them, that's Freddy Krueger basement. Right? They don't know that. It might be one. So, every page you put on your website, if done correctly, gives you the opportunity to get filed into a different drawer on Google. You guys seen Bruce Almighty, the movie? You remember when he's in the warehouse and God says, anything you've ever said, anything you've ever done, it's in this drawer, right? And this drawer flies across the whole warehouse. Every time you go online and you do a search, that's the drawer that flies across the warehouse. Do you have any pieces of paper in that drawer? How many pieces of paper do you have in that drawer for what they're looking for, and where are they located in the drawer? That's the difference between I make money online, internet doesn't work. Make sense? What do you want to sell? Where do you want to sell it? Every one of these pages is a cash cow. Is it producing temporary, simple interest, or permanent interest? A page on the internet. Permanent, compounding. It gains power over time. The more that it's linked and commented on and shared, the more backlinks that come to it, the higher it ranks, the further towards the front of the drawer it comes. When it gets to the front of the drawer, you get to leave a testimonial like the one that my friends did. Make sense? These are money. It's money. What do you want to sell? One of my clients is in New Jersey, and he was like, well, we got a weird item, I don't know if it's good on the internet. Oil to gas conversions. I was like, let's get it. You look for oil to gas conversions Beacon, oil to gas conversions Poughkeepsie, oil to gas conversions Fishkill. Every city he's in, we have a different page of content for it. He owns the first 6 to 8 positions on the first page of Google for any search. He occupies the entire market. He's one of the ones that texts me a picture of a new truck. Every page is worth money if done correctly. The design of a site, the content in a site, it's like a paint job on a car. If the engine is broke, no matter how nice you paint that car, it's not going to make it run faster. So the challenge with most businesses, all they see is the presentation layer, the outfit, the front. And it hurts my head as bad as it hurts yours to realize or look into what's behind a website. And is it helping me grow, or is it keeping me from growing? I've seen thousands of dealers investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in search engine optimization and content on a website that's code cannot be optimized, not visible on Google, for years. Spending. So you gotta dig into the guts of it. All right. Simple enough. What do you want to sell? Where do you want to sell it? Cities. If I look at your site and there's no geography on it, you can only have one city per page, 2 max. One service, one city. There's not enough room to optimize it. You're only allowed 40 characters, 160 characters. It's a math problem. You can't get past that. An easy way to cheat is to do step number 5, which is reviews. Getting reviews by city allows us to build city pages, and the content was written by who? Right on. Free, all day, every city. Now you can start getting ranked in new locations. And oh, by the way, it helps with your conversions, helps win consumers' trust, and it's an easy way to get your website ranked in all the other cities. All right. Next, CRM. This is fast. Here's the bottom line with the CRM system. Everyone that has a web form on their site, contact us, web form, and it emails you something, that's a no-go. Because it's sending something to an email, you're not going to import all that data anywhere unless they close, and the only place it's going to go is your QuickBooks account. I can't do anything with QuickBooks in the future if you decide you want to do email marketing or text message marketing or do a campaign to reach out to get a down month filled with tune-ups. Every lead and opportunity that comes into your site's got to go into a database. It has to be able to be tagged, sorted, sifted, and filtered so that when you need business, boom, text message, boom, email. You can easily reach everyone who's ever reached out to you. It's not just about keeping a database of your customers. Leads and opportunities are just as powerful, just as strong. Maybe that consumer that wasn't ready to buy, but they are later, and you just stayed out of contact with them. Okay? That's what you see on all our sites down here in the bottom. It's on every single website. And no matter where you go on the website, it never goes away. I always want people converting. Next, local listings. Number 4. I'm going to skip to this one. You guys, this is an easy win. To me, I tell our clients, this is like telling your kids to clean your room. You have to. There are 70 local listing accounts. Local business listings, Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Search, Merchant Circle, Google, Bing, I can keep going. 99.999% of companies, small businesses, don't pay attention, don't have a clue, and don't manage any of these effectively. Here's the problem. If you have wrong information, wrong phone numbers, wrong addresses, wrong company information on these sites, number 1, Google doesn't trust you because Google uses these sites to authenticate your business. Number 2, consumers have wrong information. And number 3, you could be spending money on some other marketing or advertising or simple interest investment that's producing nothing when these things are so powerful. They will generate clicks, calls, and views. This is a dashboard. I pulled it up, so I had showed you. This is Coin Tampa, the site I told you I didn't like, and then they're on their refresh, right? This is just their local listings report, not their website, not their analytics. We've set up 64 local listings. The way local listings make money is they have to be updated frequently, just like a website. If it becomes stale, it's irrelevant, so you go to the bottom of the list. If it's updated frequently, Google sees it as current, relative, and trusted. We've done 806 updates on it. This one is duplicate suppressions. If you don't own and occupy these, guess what your competitors can do? They can claim them. Your company name, your address, their phone number, happily answering your calls all day. And it happens all the time. So part of filling out that dealer form, this is one of the things we'll analyze for you. You'll get a report that shows you how you're set up on all those listings, incorrect, good information, bad information, everything will be in that report. That's one of many things that will come from filling out that form. That's free money. 110 directions, 200 phone calls, 430. This is only one of the 64 listings. This is free money. Got to do it. It's not difficult to do if you just get it off your plate. This is not something you need to worry about. If you try and go set up all of these listings, you're going to be out probably $2,500 a month paying each individual subscription. With us, $300, and we have all of them because we buy them in bulk. They're all managed, they're all taken care of, and you start getting reports, and all of a sudden, your phone rings from local listings. Make sense? That's a simple one. Simple. All right. So that was step number 4. So let's go to step 5. You guys, you can't do business today without focusing on reviews. Not well. When you guys need something, let me ask you this. When you need something, so forget your business owner. You just go back to mom, dad, husband, wife, homeowner, right? When you need something, how do you find it? What do you do? Okay, on the phone. Perfect. Do a search. What do you guys do? Miss Lady, what do you do?
I'm writing a note about
Okay, what do you guys do? How do you look for stuff? You need something for your house, whatever. What do you guys? You Google it. What do you do? Okay, what do you guys do? Google it. What do you do? Google it. Same. Awesome. Any room. This is why I love being a speaker. I don't care about marketing people. I would literally rather listen to a group of soccer moms tell me how they buy than any person that comes and pitches their charts and graphs. Totally don't care. That's what's real. Every audience that I talk to says the same thing. Now they didn't. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've got history on YouTube of the hands in the rooms going up when I ask different questions. So I have digital proof of the transition of how people search, how they look for things. It used to be heavily referral. I used to get a lot of people that said that. I used to have people, well, I got hooked in Iowa, Dubuque, Iowa one year, when I asked the audience that and the entire room said, Yellow Pages and the Valpak. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. My heart went thump, thump. So, if every audience says the same thing, there's no convincing me different. So let me ask you this. After you look someone else online, what do you do next? What do you look at next? Reviews? 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 There's only two answers. Well, three answers. Someone will say, I look at their website, I look at their reviews, and women will often say, I look at their social media sites. To them, that's an indicator of relevancy and trust. See? I could hear you thinking it. I heard it last night when you said it. So, that's it. If every single person, if you got to stand in front of every audience and listen to the same thing, you got to see a handful of consumers raise their hand and say, I search online, I look at reviews, and I look at the social media site and the website. Why would we invest in anything different? It doesn't make, it's hard for me to process anything outside of that, just because logic rules. So, reviews. It's got to be a part of your process. I tell my dealers, I'm like, don't come home without it. They have an app in their hand, they go on a job, the second they get on a job, they check in and they say, installing a new air conditioning system. The app tells me where they're at. They just checked in Dallas, Fort Worth, wherever. When they get done, I tell them, do your normal spiel, show them how to work everything, what you got done, ask if they were happy with your service. If they say no, just thankfully tell them there's a different process for that. If they say yes, they're happy, ask them, would you mind if I sent you a quick text message? The lady at my office is crazy and I'm not allowed to come home without a love note. Like, I'm no joke. I've had dealers, they'll tell me, oh, my text won't do it. Give them to me. Give me your text and watch what happens. Now throw some cash on the table, give them some days off, take them to a ball game. If they bring in reviews, it's the best and easiest money investment, time investment you could ever do. You just have to make it simple. And you can't wait till you leave to get the review. It doesn't work. They don't. You got it simple. Text, they go star, star, star. You're right there with them. So you're like, oh, click that one, and that one. And then you're like, just write a little love. Okay, hit submit. Right? You're staring into their retina, their soul. They've got to do something. Don't leave without it.
That's what you're saying. We have a lot of older people. Because I've been doing my registration on mortgages because I haven't had older people that don't have a computer. Anything to do with them.
So let me just throw this out there because that's real. I want you to remember this. 5. Here's the thing. If I get them through the app, it's not random. We route them where we need them. You can route them where you need them. So yes, you can route them to Yelp. Do I want your reviews on Yelp? Maybe, if there's a reputation management issue. But what do they see before Yelp? They see Google. Got you. They see your website. If you route them to Yelp, that's one thing, right? You're sitting out there with a million other dealers. Yelp's finicky. They have some interesting business strategies, displaying negative reviews instead of positive reviews in order to get you to, I don't like that very much. I would rather have you invest in you. So most of the time, we're going to route reviews, A, to Google Business Listing because it's the map, that's the free money, that's trackable. Leads, easy for your primary city. And secondly, I want them routed to your website because it gives you content for every city you want to do business in, which allows you to get in a new drawer and be the choice. not one of many on a directory. Your website, you own it, your asset. Step 7, search engine optimization. You guys, you got to do this. Search engine optimization, fancy big word. All it means is when somebody needs something you sell, where you sell it, you're the option. That's it. That's all it means. All the other stuff, whatever, just let the experts take care of it. All of these, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of search terms analyzed for every city, every state, because it's a little different across the US, that identifies how do people look, what do they look for. Something as weird as in California, we optimized a site for earthquake shutoff valve. Totally didn't know you could shut off an earthquake. Really cool. However, like I love our guys. That was a lead generator for them because no one was doing it. No one was getting ranked for that. So that was something we could do quickly, get it up on there, and have the phone start ringing, and then they could off-sell other things. Oil to gas conversions, that was another one. How about air conditioning inspection? I got in a big, good argument, constructive, with one of my, I call them my babies, one of my dealers, and he was like, I don't do air conditioning inspections. He was like, it's service, it's this. I was like, no, I don't care what you do. What I care about is the fact that you are next to a huge housing development that's being constructed, and there are realtors and inspectors everywhere, and the only thing they look for online is air conditioning inspection, furnace inspection, heater inspection. They don't look for anything else. So why not take that business? He was like, whatever, test it. He was like, okay, you win. What's next? Okay. Jeez. So, this is money. This is you being the option. That's it. It's so logical. What are people looking for? Where are they looking? What do you want to sell? Where do you want to sell it? Let's make it happen. Piece of content, make it popular, get it to the front of the search. Boom. We're in. Somebody give me a city you guys are in.
Phoenix.
All right. Always Phoenix. Here's the math. Let me open this up. I want you guys to get a piece of this, enough that you can go home and start playing with the numbers and start having light bulb moments. Remember when I talked about the drawer? Drawer flies open, boom. How many pages are in this drawer? How many? 13,400,000. Okay. In order for you to make any money, you need to be in the top 10 of that number. So, give me a city next to Phoenix. Maybe? Close? How many pages in that drawer? Which one are you going to rank on first? Okay? This is not what do I want. This is a mathematical equation. It takes us, as long as website, local, everything is, we got it going on. Those things are correct. It takes us 30 days per 100,000 pages. All right. So if I wanted to go after air conditioning, how many months ahead do I need to start in order to get ranked before the season, the phones start ringing? 6 months. The longer you do this, the less time it takes. That's in the beginning because most people come to the table with very not a great infrastructure online. That's different. You're not ranked. So remember, pay-per-click. Okay. Pay-per-click versus search engine optimization. Pay-per-click, you're burning and churning cash, and hopefully you're not investing in pay-per-click and SEO for the same phrase.
No, I gotta do it all different.
Okay. So there's a. Okay. So there's got to be a lot of logic to this. You guys, I am running out of time. I'm out of time, right? Okay, so I got to step 7. That's progress. Hot darn. Okay, so step 8, blogging. You got to keep current content. 9 and 12. That's a stop moment in a company where you stop in your tracks and you implement something to leverage your database. You can't forget your existing customers, past prospects, opportunities that are in that database. You have to have a holding period. So once that database grows enough to where you have an asset you can market to, that's where step 9 and 12 come in. Those are, hang on a second, let me make sure I have a process for this. Pay-per-click, video is huge. I can't recommend video. I would normally in another industry have video much higher up on the chart, but here's the reality. If you don't have basic content for the services you want to sell in the cities you want to sell them, and you don't have a positive visual perception from a review standpoint online, I can't recommend cool stuff yet. Our dealers call all the time. They're like, "Dan, I want to sign up for blank." I'm like, "No, not yet." They're like, "I don't understand." No, I want to do. No, not yet. So, mastering the process, being able to say no, it's just as important. Doing the right things in the right order at the right time, ultimately important. Being able to say no to the wrong things, critically important. You guys, with this, you filled out this form. If you didn't fill out the form, fill it out. Our team right now is back doing the analysis. They are going through doing a full sweep of your presence on the internet. And you're going to get an email. It'll make your head hurt a little bit. Just roll with it. There's an ebook on there that explains everything. But schedule a meeting with us. Pick up the phone and call. You can schedule it right online. And let us go through those with you. We'll help you understand what the reports mean. But most importantly, we'll help you prioritize what do you need to do first based on your data. No one can advise you how to market your business unless they do their homework, but there's plenty of people trying to. They got to do some research. Is this helpful? You guys ready to rock and roll? Fantastic. We're done. If you're really gutsy, get on camera. Scott's got a video camera, so I can, throw you in all of our videos. It's good marketing for you and free.